welcome to my workshop. You are watching Casual DIY channel, and in today's video we're going to be making 3 very simple to make Christmas trees, but they will definitely improve the decorations around your house, or maybe give you a business idea or inspiration. The main tool we're going to be using is a miter saw. It just makes this project to go a lot faster and easier. We're going to be using 2 degree cuts, 20 degrees and 50 degrees. Most of the times nowadays the miter saws will actually go past 45 up to 50 degrees, so you shouldn't have any issues with that. The materials I'm going to be using in today's projects, just offcuts I had lying about in my workshop. First of all, I've got actually a nice piece of oak that I wasn't quite sure what to do with. Perfect for today's project. And then some strips of pine. So I'm going to show you the process of making one of them, and it basically applies to the others. Now you can make different sizes of these Christmas trees, and I'm going to show you how to get the correct measurements and everything else. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to cut the arms, the tip of our Christmas tree. For those 2 angles at the top, we need 50 degree cuts. So I'm just changing my miter saw to 50 degrees. And now I'm going to be changing the angle on my miter saw to 20 degrees. Let's establish the length of this longest arm. Let's say I want to have it at 40 centimeters. We need to transfer that mark onto the side. And now to make the 20 degree cut, that angle there that we just cut needs to be facing us, not the machine itself. And the 40 centimeter mark needs to be at the end of the mitered cut. And that's our first piece, 20 degrees over here, 50 degrees at the top. That's the bottom, and as you can see, that is our line over here. So it meets at the end of that angle cut. Now let's change back the miter setting to 50 degrees. So this piece now, from the edges where the angles were cut, this measures 40.8 centimeters. What we need to measure is the top angle just over here where we cut 50 degrees. So you measure from the top right to the edge where it's cut, and in my case that's 3 centimeters. So now what we need to do, from that 40.8 centimeters we need to subtract 3 centimeters, so the length of our second board needs to be at 37.8 centimeters. Now we already have that 20 degree angle here, and the measurement needs to be from that top edge, so 37.8. Remember, this cut angle is facing us, not the machine itself. Transfer the mark from the top to this side, so it's nicely visible when we're going to be cutting it. Now initially it may be actually hard to see where you are cutting with your miter saw, so basically sneak up on the cut until you get it right on the line. Now we need to cut the base out, okay? So I'm going to swap it over to 20 degrees again. And now to establish the length of our base, well, put both of the pieces together, make sure they are in the correct position, nice and flush at the top, and you can measure from both of the inner edges the length, and in my case it's 240 millimeters. Where we've got our 20 degree cut just over here, we need to measure the 240 from this edge. And that 20 degrees again will be facing us. We need to transfer the mark, and we're going to be cutting on the end of that mark inwards. And again, I'm sneaking up undercut to make sure I'm in the correct position with my blade. You know, just is the easiest and best way to actually make sure you've got a nice precise cut. Now these boards do have one not so great edge, so I'm going to trim that edge on my table saw. Now from the same material I've actually cut out a base that we're going to attach to this Christmas tree as well, and the angles are 20 degrees and the length from the edge to the edge is 15 centimeters. Now before gluing all the pieces together, I'm just going to give all the pieces a quick sand. Okay, now it's time to put the Christmas tree together. The main shape, I'm going to be using wood glue and some brad nails. If you don't have an air gun, don't worry, wood glue will be just absolutely fine. I'm just using it as a way to clamp my pieces together and just to speed up the process. But as I said, you can just use wood glue, you can use some normal nails, whatever you've got available to you. And there you go. The first one is ready. Nice angles. Okay, so the glue has finally dried. I've managed to cut out pieces for the other two Christmas trees, and in the meantime I had a haircut as well. But moving on. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to install the base with some screws, a bit of wood glue if you want, but I'll leave it with the screws only. After that, with a bit of sandpaper, I'm just going to break the edges, apply some furniture wax to it, and then I'm going to install the fairy lights in a nice and simple, uncomplicated way. Okay, so let's install the fairy lights. As you can see, I'm just using a double-sided tape for the battery module. It's just the easiest way to mount this. You can use hot glue or CA glue if you want. Now I'm going to be using this upholstery stapler with these rounded staples. It basically makes some room for the wire itself. And just staple them on. Easy peasy, nothing to it. And check this out, I think it came out absolutely gorgeous, really nice piece to decorate your house for this upcoming Christmas period. Now, easy and simple to do, as you've seen, easy to cut the wood and install the LEDs. However, now let's turn our attention to the second tree on how you can actually prepare it and decorate it. Okay, the second tree is a little bit larger, it's deeper, 8 centimeters in depth, and the longest arm is 56 centimeters long. And I want to have a string across on 3 levels to actually be able to put some Christmas ornaments on it, and I think that's going to look pretty cool. So with all the pieces cut out, I just need to establish the positions of the lines, and I'm actually going to be installing these closed eye hooks. It's just the easiest way to get the string through. So yeah. Now I'm just going to install the closed eye hooks. Okay, now it's time for the string and sort out our ornaments. And there you go, that's our second idea for a Christmas tree in this shape. I think it came out pretty neat. Look at that. Very, very nice. And as you can see, with the process I've showed you of creating them, you can repeat the quality cuts every single time. It's not hard at all. Okay, time for the third option. For the third Christmas tree, I want to have a strip of LEDs inside. So I'm going to be using my router to route out a channel for that, so it's nice and flush with the piece of timber. However, I'm actually going to be using these plastic channels you can get for the LED strips. So basically, instead of LED dots, hopefully I'm going to have a nice LED light, and therefore I'm going to be using a 16mm straight router bit, as this channel is 16mm. Again, as I said, you don't really need to do that. This channel I've got, it is plastic, and I've actually cut it to size on my mitre, so without any issues. Okay, the plastic channels, I'm just going to glue them in place using CA glue. In the bottom part of our Christmas tree, we just need to pre-drill a hole to accommodate a place for the wires. And now I'm going to put the Christmas tree together, at least the triangle shape, in the same way as I did before. A bit of glue and some brad nails. Okay, in the base of our Christmas tree, we need to make some room for this connector just over here. So that will be sticking out from the side here, and from the bottom we'll route out some space for it. And I'm just going to pre-drill a hole for the wires as well. So let's do that now. Okay, now it's time to install the LED lights. They do have a self-adhesive strip at the back, so it will be easier to install this. First of all, I just need to thread it through the hole. And I'm just going to use a bit of hot glue to make sure this doesn't move on me and stays in place. And there you go, nice and simple, low profile, easy to do. Let's have a look how it actually lights up. Check that out, really nice. Let me just dim down the lights in the workshop. Absolutely fantastic, check that out, looks awesome. That looks absolutely gorgeous, guys. Nice warm light from the Christmas tree that lights up the room. Absolutely gorgeous. On top of it, we've got the second Christmas tree with the fairy lights. Tell you what, that's so cool. However, if you don't want the Christmas trees with light and you want something a bit more classic, well, there you go. Now, as you can see, the technique of how to actually measure everything and how to do it is quite simple and hopefully straightforward as well to you guys. And you can make them any depth, any size you want with no issues at all, just following the steps I've showed you in the video. And hopefully a bit of inspiration for you as well to see, you know, which one you like the most, with the fairy lights, quite easy and simple, or maybe just a simple one with the ornaments, or bit more engaged with the LED strips over here. I think they all look pretty cool. But let me know down below in the comments which one is your favorite. Now, I do actually have a full playlist with videos about Christmas decorations. I'm going to link that in the description of this video and in the pinned comment, so you can go and have a look and find maybe your next project as well for this upcoming Christmas. However, I also got two really cool playlists over here with DIY projects, woodworking, workshop projects and everything in between. So have a look at those, click on that, and maybe you'll find your next video there to watch. Hopefully I'll see you on one of those videos there. Take care.